Did I? Yeah.
Sorry.
So that we don't get background noise. Okay. We're recording.
Yes, we are.
Okay. I'd like to call the Dover Select Board special meeting for the preliminary budgeting to order on Thursday, November 20th at 1:01 p.m. So we might as well jump right into budget, and Marco's up first.
So mine's pretty easy. I'm for the moment assuming 3% cost of living on the town finance officer. And for the the treasurer expense line item, treasurer mileage and expense, keeping it the same at 5,000. And those are my two items.
Well, that's pretty quick.
That's quick.
Anybody have any questions of Marco? Okay.
Tabby, she's next.
Yep,
I can go grab her.
okay.
Excuse me.
Well, that's, you might be up early.
I know.
I figured that.
Marco goes first and he literally talks for 10 seconds, you know?
Just waiting for me.
Brian, good deal. Yeah, Becky's gonna be in Pittsburgh, but Aaron, yeah, except next year. Didn't make up for the one he didn't get last year, cause I had that followed him for a year.
Is your new hire excited to be coming over to Dover?
Yes.
Good.
Good after when I stayed, but yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Hi, Tabby. Hello.
Perfect chair. So over.
All right, so we whipped through Marco in literally 10 seconds.
came down.
Yeah,
So I don't know where you want me to start, but I'll start in the revenue column since that's always a good one. I upped our proposed,
They're not seeing revenue, so just stick to your expenses for now.
oh. Never mind.
Yeah.
Too much copies of.
yeah, that'd be great. Do we have a
Yeah.
copy of what you got there?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, that.
That, yeah, yeah.
I have one too.
Nice.
It is. It is.
You didn't put in for red pencils.
Dan, I have a stack of red pencils at home that I bring in if I want, okay? My wife's an art teacher. I
So
have
you
how many,
took good
how many
notes.
shades of red?
You could color code everything.
I went to Catholic school.
Right,
I have PTSD.
yeah.
over red pencils.
When you
Not
look at your
limited to
tax,
Catholic school.
when you look at your tax estimate of your account, there's a lot of red pencil users.
Thank you.
Sorry, Patrick, don't.
That's okay. I trust you.
Okay, all right,
Anyways.
so here we go. Let's start with this.
Okay, I mean, I filled in some numbers for salary and such, I put in, I'm not quite sure where we are going with our shared helper.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took a random guess, for, I don't know how many hours a week, or what I will be able to use if I'm happy to take whatever time I can get, cause it's a big project, and if it's more or less or varies, I just winged that one.
It's that, I think that that's a close approximation, Tabby. We do need to keep the hours down, so we don't
Yeah.
have to, so the full benefit package, even prorated. So
Exactly.
that's important.
So that's why I put that, and I can be flexible to having some help is better than having no help.
Mhm.
So depending on what's needed by my compatriots, so we'll figure that one out.
Okay,
I put some things in under operational that don't necessarily come in under me,
mhm,
but where I see some changes that might be appropriate, adding what I, found in budget versus adding a little bit.
yeah,
I,
actually, yeah.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted to say, actually, it'd be really handy, Marco.
Yeah.
If we could have year to dates.
I have.
Oh, you do?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
Sorry, I didn't look
Yeah.
beyond my nose.
Good.
Yeah.
Oops. I see I didn't write in computer services on that third line of the operational, but that's overall.
Okay.
Sorry, that must have typed it somewhere and didn't put it in that.
Okay. Right.
Okay,
My spot, huh? It's got a garage. A couple minutes late.
so I put in a base, minimum expected revenue under that. Because since we've been able to increase our fees, we're seeing more coming in. So I just wanted that to be there as a minimum. Then dropping down to planning commission, I've tried to work and get some information back and forth with Pete on that. He got to me this morning with some other things, which I need him to explain more on how that's going to affect this. Dropped down the mileage and expenses, and I don't think we've used much, if any, under planning commission on that. There will be some additional,
Can I ask a question on that? Is it just, are they utilizing? Are they doing something with mileage and then just not putting in for it? Or is that something like, well,
they're not, right now, the planning commission hasn't gone anywhere other than in front of their computers. There may be some things that will be coming up, we've got to do additional meetings down in Wyndham or not, we can.
Well, they've used, year to date is 2,100. On that line item.
you know, that's
Okay,
there's already money with it.
I don't know what's.
So that we budgeted 5,000 and they've used 2,100.
Okay, so yeah,
Yes,
it's just
yeah.
not like they weren't.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
have all of that information, and somebody from the planning commission can really be doing this, but.
Okay.
And I don't know if that 2,100 is, or it may be for expenses that are promotional towards working on the various. Leftover from town plan, working towards the budget plan, there.
If some of the, like the advertising or whatever, to get people to come to some of these meetings.
Exactly, that would be my assumption of what's in there, but I don't see any of those bills, reports, anything, so. I put up for some additional planning commission legal fees, what we're working on now did get a lovely grant, but once we get through this, there are things that we have talked about updating some of the ordinances which need review. And that's outside of bylaw, that's outside of some of the other things, so I put that in there as a guess, because that will require legal review and
But
board
Okay.
work and select board time.
Okay, so last year, we budgeted $30,000 for planning commission legal fees.
Mhm.
They've spent $105.
We haven't gotten the bills from Wyndham Regional.
We haven't, you
To
know,
my knowledge, again, no,
but that, a lot of that's grant money, right,
that's grant money.
Joe?
So 105,000, is that?
$5.
Oh,
Dollars.
I said 100.
No, so we budgeted,
Your face start to.
we budgeted 30 and it's $105, that's it.
So.
Yes,
So I would love to budget some money. I would love to have an ordinance, blight ordinance. There's a blight or properties that are just sitting in our town for freaking ever that look like crap.
Mhm.
I want something to be put in the budget and I want something to happen personally. I
Hence,
think the other town.
$5,000 for ordinance updates, that would possibly include something like that. I do want to add in whether it is in the bylaw or whether it is a separate update. Abandoned house, which are not necessarily blight, but vacant buildings that are not.
So, and there's a ordinance that they put in Brattleboro to try to clean up some of their situations, so stuff just doesn't sit there for 10-15 years.
Great.
Actively for sale, but really not actively for sale, it
Well-
doesn't look good for people coming and visiting our town. So,
I agree, that's why
you gotta-
focusing on some of these additional ordinances, but we're primarily focused on the bylaw right now. And as things, and as we're working with Wyndham Regional, going through this, we're looking at, and they are aware of some of our existing ordinance that need update. I was spent an hour and a half with the LCT going through the Act 250 Tier 3. A good chunk of that is the roads and all of these other things. So as we're getting this information, that's all part of this, but absolutely. We do need some additional ordinances, if they fall under ordinance as opposed to bylaw, and we have to figure some of that out.
And just me as a select board member and as a taxpayer, I think this needs to become a higher priority. So if you need to hire someone to help you get it done, I want something when I'm sitting here next year, we can start addressing it, not talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
so he wants more, he wants it,
I want
ordinance and he want it enforced. and-
Okay,
I want action and I
Well,
want to.
let's start with, could you present me with what you want in additional ordinances?
I'll tell you exactly what I want.
Give me something that I can then, 'cause I need to bring this to everything from doing some research with Wyndham Regional and comparing what have our surrounding towns done and are they effective? If we just make something up and it turns out to be expensive and ineffective, then we've lost from.
So I said, Brattleboro that has been effective from what I understand from just reading the paper. I haven't asked at the town.
Then if you could, I'm gonna make a note of that myself, but if you could give me, whether it's just an email or something, things that you are looking for. In addition to the fact that we have several ordinance that need updating considerably, everything from the animal control to sign to, do we need a noise ordinance? How do we look at that? How could it be enforced, which is the biggest problem? And some other targeted things that we are seeing. Is blight simply an empty building that is in functional use? As far as, I mean, it won't fall down around your ears.
And it
So-
is shelter, and so a lot of people are just struggling to pay their taxes and eat and have
Exactly.
insurance, and
Mhm.
I
So-
don't wanna be the pretty police. I mean, I was on the Chimney Hill Board of Directors, and there are so many
that-
regulations. It made it really difficult to help
In
people.
order,
Okay, in order, there's a big problem with Overwatch, which we don't need to spend a lot of time here
we don't-
doing that.
Savvy,
But let's set up time to discuss that.
I want them to go away. You tell me, you come back to me and tell me what we have to do as a select board to make that happen. We don't need to talk anymore about it today. That's
Could you listen, could you read what
Sure.
Joe wrote down?
Joe wrote, please make these properties go away. Dover Watch, Silo, Snow Lake, from Joe Mahon.
Snow Lake Lodge.
How about the cupola?
Cupola,
That's number 4. Let's just start with 3.
Oh, now we're being selected.
I'm being selective because those 3 buildings are not being utilized. The cupola
The
is being
cupola
used
is
for
in-
storage, in and out. They utilize
It's
that
being
building.
used for office and storage by Mount Snow, so.
How about what, how about
Just said the 3 that have 10
Mount
years.
Snow Market, up here?
Has it
Mount
gone,
Snow Market is getting sold. That'll more than
Has
likely reopen. Vicky.
the auction date
Eventually.
been set?
I'm
yeah.
talking 10 years.
19th, there are 2 buyers that are
19th.
qualified for it. And on the 19th of December,
Thank you.
because of
Okay.
the government being shut down, the Small Business Administration.
Well, you would have went down this rabbit hole, so.
Because I wanna be here again in another year or 2 talking about.
Well, we didn't talk about this last year. So,
Why I'm putting money in the budget for next year.
There's a correction needed. The cupola is not just used for storage. That's where they put all their boots and bindings together for all the resorts in New England.
Yeah.
okay, so it's in use.
It's in functional use, it is not a.
So we're looking at,
dead property.
under Joe's list here, commercial properties. We're not looking at residential
Exactly.
properties. Is that correct?
Right now.
I'd love to have my taxpayers at town meetings say, yeah, we'd like to get rid of some of the XYZs that have been just sitting, not doing stuff and people out of ordinance if they want. I'm just know that there's probably nobody in the town that wouldn't agree with me on those 3 properties. The other thing that's
On that list.
commercial and residential are 2 different beasts.
Okay, I thank you for clarifying that for us.
One of the things that we want to really look at is residential as well. There are abandoned properties, there are things that are not habitable versus something that may simply be waiting for a buyer or whatever. There's a lot to unpack in that.
But I have issues if people can't afford to improve their property, but they're still living there, that's a problem.
And how do we then go through and define what do we consider levels of improvement? And we have certain things in the bylaw which need to be worked on and detailed more so that we can then do something about some of those properties. And that's part of what is being considered with this entire bylaw revision is what can we actually do?
Mhm. Mhm.
With 2 hands.
Go Dan.
Have we ever condemned the property to?
I do not have the legal right by statute or by our bylaw to condemn a property unless it has been damaged by flood or some other thing that comes under my floodplain administrator hat. I do not have the ability to condemn it, only the fire marshals can do that, and then will they be able, or what level, some of their regulations have changed, is it individually owned property, is it a rental property? There's a lot of movement that's come under that, under the rental house and health code. If it is a owner, single family owner occupied, whether it's not occupied or not, structure. My understanding of our current ability to do anything about that is very minimal.
Is it under our purview to change the ordinance for that?
There is no ordinance for that, that's why we want to have an ordinance for that, so that as we review it with our town attorney, to what level, if we make an ordinance that we cannot enforce or that is not right, then we have a different problem.
Joe.
So I only brought this up because I don't want us, I'm empowering you, Tabby, to come up with the best case and solution. This is why we're doing budget time. So if it requires that we are gonna have to spend more money with an attorney or hiring someone, I'm empowering you to. You're the one that, I don't do it, your department unfortunately or fortunately does this. And I think that a lot of other taxpayers have asked me this, and I'm sick of looking at them, and I think a lot of other people are. So I'm trying to empower you, while this is our first budget session, to just do a little research and make sure there's enough money. What I don't want is to hear that we don't have enough money in the budget to do this, and I think it should be expedited because all we do is talk about it. And I don't want to talk
Well,
about
I
it.
don't think that you, as one board member, can empower her to do a lot of this stuff. This has to be a board decision, and I think it needs to be. I'm fine with her doing some research if she has the time to do it, but putting that the number one priority of the whole is not necessarily what the rest of the board may want.
Okay,
I'm just saying, you sound very demanding about this, and I think that we need to step back, look at it, understand what can possibly be done, and then make a decision.
Totally understand.
There,
I'm
right.
just, as I was saying, I wasn't telling her to do it, I'm just asking her to spend a little bit of time, what she thinks is gonna be numbers at. Maybe you think
I
I
have-
need to overpower, that's not my intent.
Okay. All right.
I will
So we don't
do
need
some
to.
investigating and try to wrap some things around this, but there are three very different things legal wise around these three properties. I absolutely agree, there are big issues and I have some serious concerns with all of those properties. However, legally, what can we do or how can we go about enhancing the renovation, change of whatever with that?
And you don't wanna ever write an ordinance or a bylaw change addressing specific
Exactly.
properties. You have to be, it has to be more broad,
Mhm.
and then they may or may not
Something
fall
falls
under.
under it, it does not, and
That's
as we look at, we can't also make some massive blanket thing that we cannot support or enforce, so we
And that will
have to-
cost us a ton in legal fees.
It, exactly, so,
Okay, I think we got it.
okay.
Are you good now, Joe?
I am very good.
Okay, you have another question, Tabby?
No, I just wanted to come down, there's also a line that again. DRB, payroll and expenses, again, as it. Keeps landing in my lap and I'm. Just kind of. Took where we were and carried that over, we have been having more meetings lately because more meetings are falling under DRB required review. So I added some additional to the payroll because the DRB does get paid for all of that time and
Well, and we always
it
vote on that as an article about all other boards, this is what they're paid.
exactly,
So we'll
so I
incorporate that.
put the line in there because it seems to have, it seems to continue to land in my lap and I'm just want you to have that
Mhm.
information. And however it gets voted on or reviewed at town meeting is however that gets reviewed. I was thinking depending on hours as opposed to. I was looking at it just sort of with an eye on how many hours and how many meetings.
Mhm.
But it all depends on, I don't quite frankly remember if the DRB gets an annual stipend or.
I think it's hourly.
I think it's hourly,
Mhm.
that's what I recall, and that's what I wanted to cover for some of
Right
that
now,
additional stuff.
all other boards. Are getting,
Minimum wage plus $1.50.
Yep.
For the chair.
I think we're the only ones that are stipend, aren't we now? Is there anyone else that's stipend?
No, just the select board.
okay, all right,
So,
anything else you wanna add?
I may want. An executive session to talk about something later, but let me gather. some
Later
of this-
today?
No, I
Okay.
don't think your schedule is
No,
already
we-
full
we-
today,
no,
that would not be,
okay.
no, we could set up a time or some such.
Okay,
But is there anything that is unclear or you'd like more information on at this point?
No.
no, thank you for doing this, appreciate it.
No problem, and I will start digging on some of this, and this being the
We're Bobby Hollanding it
The
back
Holland.
to the 400 hours
The Holland.
employee per employee.
The
I think that a big jump like that, you need an explanation.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think
fine.
that, and then if people read it, it makes more
Yeah.
sense.
That's fine.
Okay,
10% increase on the parts and tires.
okay.
I don't think things are starting to stabilize.
I don't know, I look at those bills for parts and tires, it's just like
Yeah.
out of this world.
You
You know, the amount we spend at Pete's tire barn
Right.
over in, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's, and just, yes. All the others there in that line item are staying the same. As far as the equipment, highway
Okay.
equipment, you know, if that's the only increase. On that one,
Okay.
highway roads. I'd like to bump the bridge one up to 50,000, because I'm gonna need engineering and a bunch of stuff to get started on Blue Brook Bridge with.
So basically, that's all going to Blue Brook.
Oh, yeah. A bunch of it will.
Yeah.
Yes. And then 5% increase on gravel, sand and salt. And then highway maintenance, up to 80,000. For the highway maintenance.
The lining seems pretty flat, you think?
Other than that, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. The highway garage
Mhm.
one, I think we should at least cover what we spent on our internet, you know. We only budgeted 3,200 and 50.
Because we went up to the fiber.
Correct.
The,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
machine
I
would
put
work.
that up to 6,000,
Mhm.
The
to at least cover
The
that.
credit card machine?
machine, no, the machine that
For the
they
pump?
use for the inspections.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
Yes,
we needed a faster,
yeah, a high speed.
high-speed internet, so.
we're coming into the new world.
Yes. All sorts of updates in that aspect. And then 12,000 for the garage maintenance.
Why is the heating fuel garage down so much?
Cause he's got new doors.
Is it
It's the new
making
contract.
that?
It's off the new contract.
Okay.
With the credit and the prepaid, so
Okay,
that's NIDO's bid.
Are you saving anything on the new doors?
I don't know how much, but I would say so. I've only got 2 left to do, so.
that's great.
And that's it.
That brings you to the end.
That's it for the highway. Did you wanna do the transfer station?
Sure.
Essentially?
I have a question before we get off, because
Thanks,
if I could.
Patrick. You have the floor.
Just Travis, I wanted to make sure I understood what you were saying under the payrolls, because I saw those numbers were moving up significantly. Is this a result of basically you bringing in another person?
Correct.
Is that's what's driving all of these increases?
Yeah,
Plus the 6% increase.
Plus the increase, yeah, right, okay, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I just wanted to make sure because I couldn't quite hear, so thank you.
Yes, the 6% raise and the added employee. And because of us coming so close last budget season on the overtime, we did some more figuring and bumped that back up.
So I'm sorry, so you got close. I mean, it looks like you were in the 60 to 65,000 range, but you need to go to 95. Why?
That. One, we're adding an employee. And 2,
Yep.
we went back to the figures that we had before. Where we had budgeted 400 hours per guy. At the average pay rate, right?
Time and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, the time and a half,
Yeah,
which is also would be up 6%. So,
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm struggling with that because I just look at the actuals and it seems so much more than the actuals. That's the thing I'm grappling with.
We're rolling the dice. We
Yeah,
could either
okay.
Budget lower and potentially go over, or
Right.
budget higher and potentially have some left over.
exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Okay,
it's kind
all
of-
right.
And who knows, I don't know what this winter is gonna be like, it seems like it's starting a little earlier this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So this is Travis's prayer for a good winter.
this is, it's a wing and a prayer, and that's the trouble with budgeting this time, you know, so far out.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Solid waste. Oh, sorry, Joe. Joe?
So you wanna, the $1.75 per guy, you wanna across the board as opposed to doing it as a percentage, correct? Is that my understanding?
Yep, just like I have done in the
Raising-
last few years, yep.
Raising the bottom up type stuff.
But again, that's his decision at actual time of review.
Yep, correct.
And so a guy who's not pulling his weight,
That's
then there you go, or
Yeah.
a guy who's going above and beyond. Yeah,
Well,
we're,
absolutely.
I guess you have no women working for you, so I guess I'm not really profiling.
Budget and accurate.
Jeanette works with it.
Right, so I can.
But
get that
400 hours of plowing. Sanding.
That $400 of time and a half.
All right, solid waste.
Alrighty. Expenses, 11% increase. For the operational expenses. Under the transfer station, and then a 12% increase for the solid waste special assessment. Is that a yearly thing, or is that? Something that. Do you know, Jeanette, or?
I'm sorry?
The
The
solid waste special assessment.
Yeah.
item.
It's
Is
a
that-
yearly thing. so-
It is. It
Yes,
is.
I
Okay.
mean, I think we pay it quarterly.
Right, okay, that's what I thought. I just thought we ran pretty close, but if you guys wanna leave it where it is, that's fine. And then recycling expenses, I. Just like to bump that up.
Just stepping back one on the 15,000 for the special assessment. I think we'll get the number before.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think we get that number coming
Ahead of time.
soon. Yes,
All
and then we can plug it right in.
that's totally fine,
Yeah.
yeah, and then it'll be what it is,
Yes.
yeah, that sounds fine, yeah.
Because these numbers are pretty exact, you
Right.
know, so
Yep,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
they're
sure we
all
get that.
fairly close.
I think their annual meeting is coming up, so it's gonna come soon,
Okay.
so.
Alright. And then. The telephone, again, that's another, the telephone and the technology, merchant service. That's all part of that Wi-Fi and getting up and going with the wireless payment stuff.
Mhm.
And then building maintenance, you know,
Wireless paying, because we're not wireless at the dump now.
Well, it's the computer,
Yeah,
the charges for the terminal and the internet. We never had internet in that building, so.
right,
Dan,
How's our revenue from the terminal and all that?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked in a while, but we're on target because we have the increase in, we increased our fees and stuff,
right,
so.
and did you
yeah,
see how much Wilmington's going up?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it
Substantial.
yet.
Well, I don't know if it's taken
I knew
effect
it
yet,
was going.
but
to
it was in
happen.
last week's paper, very significant
Yes.
increases,
Yes.
increases.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah. I was told it was, but I haven't seen any numbers yet. And then building maintenance, I mean, I'd like to put 6,000 in there, just because if we happen to lose an overhead door or. You know,
mhm.
anything like, truck driver backs into it or whatever.
Yeah.
That'll cover the majority of it, of a non-insulated overhead door for us.
Sure.
So even if we just leave it at that for a number of years. That would be. Wise, I think.
Yes, Dan.
Silly question, do you mount tires on the truck, or you send them out? When you get tires?
On our winter tires?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do all of them, they don't do the changeovers,
Oh, good.
we do
It's
that.
the tire purchase.
Yeah, it's a tire purchase, yeah,
Makes a lot more sense than driving the trucks
absolutely.
all over the place.
Okay,
More mileage.
That's it.
that's it.
Yep.
All right, Any more questions of Travis? Yes, Mike.
Only because that just came up. We do shuffle around. Our cars, you get the tires changed. Not sure, 6 more vehicles with.
If we wanted to buy a machine,
Yeah,
I don't have the smaller truck tires and everything are done up and the balancing.
Yeah, okay.
Cause the big truck tires don't get balanced.
Ah,
Yeah, okay.
But if they wanna buy a tire.
Buy a motorcycle one too.
I have.
I would like you guys to buy Travis a tire mounting and balancing machine.
I'm just not against it because I have trailer tires and I have pickup tires for like the town pickup and the maintenance pickup and
so what,
I'm not against it.
can you investigate what the cost of that?
so
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
That, I mean, would you have time to?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, Joe.
I'm gonna kind of, the big thing right now is labor's gone up so much on tire changeover
Right.
that it may behoove us, if we're keeping the vehicle for 5 years, to do another set of rims, so we're not doing the swap over so much.
So that's what I have done because
Bob's got a question on
I'm
it.
gonna,
that's what I have done because
We got some
it's
history
easy, I can do it. Enough, I have the summer wheels and winter wheels.
Mhm.
And the guys can just dismount and mount them.
awesome.
And I don't have to, and only once every couple of years do I have to pay to. And it's easy because when we take them off in the spring or in the fall,
Mhm.
okay, I need a new set of summers for next year. Somebody can bring them out, they
Mhm.
can do them, bring them back and. Ready to change out,
Okay,
but I'm not against buying the machine and doing it ourselves either.
Bob,
That's why we had the extra rims, so we didn't have to worry about it.
would you
Only
be,
every 2 or 3 years.
so what, do you like that idea, Mike, of getting winter rims and summer rims?
Right,
Put it right in with,
Okay.
seriously, put it right in with the vehicle purchase, you know, it's all part of the package.
Yeah. That way you don't know.
Yeah.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Yes, Joe.
And it may be, something that, your guys could, they could just go up there, depending on where the tires and rims, you could just jack it up and.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's,
Yeah.
We don't have the tools for that.
Yeah, so
like,
but I'm just saying, that's a good
Yeah.
collaboration between departments and also makes everybody's life easier.
Yeah.
The way
Yeah.
things are going today, it's harder and harder to get somebody to change the tires.
absolutely.
Well, they, not to interrupt them, so they do our inspections too, right? We coincide it so that our inspections,
Yeah.
gotta get our
Yeah.
inspections on that time of year.
all right, so look into that. All right, that'd be great. All right, good idea. Next person up is Andy. Do you wanna go down, Travis, and get Andy?
Yep.
Not gonna go.
And Jeanette, Andy and Jeanette.
teamwork. And Jay.
It's really not, cause.
Thanks
this
for
number
showing up
is
for
not-
being public today.
He's
We don't
really
have anyone, Bobby.
This is as
I
a
didn't have
was
something
budgeted
else,
at 23.
Oh, it's only online, you're the only one.
You know, so I think we had last year budgeted.
You made it out of there.
More money
No,
after we had already printed this.
only an hour late.
It looks like it's that.
Well,
it's
our
really
plan.
three.
Randy was saying, this
Yeah.
week, we're gonna redline, we're gonna take the printed copy and redline, still on with it. And then show it to him,
Okay,
so, cause yeah. I
good
mean,
job.
We got a lot of stuff, it turned out it was faster for me to make the changes,
Yeah, cause that's what you
I
do.
do it. Mike sat next to me and just read the changes to me, so I wasn't going back and forth.
Oh, good.
So I apologize for being late, everybody.
They heard.
Okay.
All right, we've done 3, so we're on Andy and Jeanette next.
Okay. Did Tabby have any big changes?
Some little things, and Joe asked her to try to get a blight ordinance in the new.
Oh,
Yeah,
Budget, I want to hear that we can't do it, we don't have money.
he wants to put money in the budget for the blight ordinance. So she's gonna do some investigation about what kind of we can do and can't do.
gotcha.
And what else?
We don't have, the fire department was coming up.
We never even. Tabby and I have a meeting with you on that.
Okay. And then Travis proposed 6%, which is $1.75 across the board for an increase.
Okay,
And we just talked about buying a mounting and balancing machine for pickup trucks and police cruisers and doing it all in-house. It's the second set of reds.
Well, I don't, I don't think we're talking about buying equipment. I think we're just having them mounted somewhere else and then storing them till we swap
Okay,
tires.
so we
I don't
wouldn't
think it makes
want to
sense.
balance things or anything, do any
Well,
ourselves.
the tires and rims are already mounted.
If we buy the
First
tire,
time around.
Yeah.
right.
Then right now it's a big swap of back and forth, back and forth.
I don't know.
It's a time thing because. And it may be very different for these kinds of vehicles, but for my car, it financially didn't make sense. To buy
Mike,
rims.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mike's against that.
Are you kidding? Yeah, you do the wheel car.
I know where the doors is.
Unless it was out of bounds for some reason.
Yeah, you can always,
Right.
then you can go get it back.
Thanks, Andy.
Pretty simple.
You just ran up here. Yeah, pretty simple. We need to talk about Jeanette.
Yeah, that was the only thing on there really. I
Yes.
figured, I know you guys were talking,
Yes,
her responsibilities incrementally just keep increasing, and I know you were talking to her, and I wanted to make sure that you guys put your heads together on that.
we absolutely will put our heads
You
together.
know my feelings on the subject,
I
I've
do.
expressed them a number of times. If you want any
Nothing clear.
information from me, please let me know. Otherwise, I made a few minor adjustments. Marco supplied me with my, my line item, actuals. I simplified under town clerk expense. I had little line items for $25 and $50 and $100, so I just broke out the big one, which is land record books and paper and that sort of thing, which is the big one. And then all the rest of it, I just lumped into one line item. If you wanna see a breakout, I can do that, but you sign the warrants, I'm not sure how appropriate that was to have all those little bitty line items, but I'll do it if you want.
Yes,
Maybe it's simply a matter of a list of what those things are without the actual dollar amounts instead of
Okay.
et cetera.
Okay,
Just so if there's.
land
any-
records, books, recording supplies.
Yeah.
So,
things like et cetera. If we could get some besides et cetera there.
what I had previously was, I would add line items, like, for instance, file cabinets and furniture for Jeanette. Binding of reports, which comes up every 5 years, index card paper no longer applicable, but envelopes. I didn't have business cards down, but dog tags, certified vital records paper, Mylar sleeves for vital records, professional dues for the town, for the Clerks Association, workshops and training, mileage, toner for the color printers, cemetery flags, and the sneeze guards during COVID. So they sort of change now and then.
I don't think that we need that all broken out.
No.
That's all little stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe, what I will do is provide you with a little more detailed list in that line item.
It's,
Type.
yeah, and I'm not
Right.
asking for any of that to be broken out, I'm just saying if we know, these are
No.
all the things that are in it. So when we go to town meeting and somebody says, well,
What's he
we
doing?
can show them.
Cool, sounds good, we'll do.
Yeah, and I mean, none of those went up very much at all, so.
No, the land record, I spent a bunch on land record supplies, little more than usual perhaps, but it always goes up and down with the real estate volume, right? So COVID was really expensive, and last year I bought a bunch of books that I normally wouldn't for a general index. When we went with cost systems online, we did away with the card file. It's not possible to have a card file index with the land records. When you do that, you have to have some form of physical index in case the internet's down, right, or whatever. So we discontinued the card file. Now we need the other kind of physical index you can have is a general index. So they're books like covering maybe 10-20 years, alphabetical, with all of the documents in the land record books in that one index.
Mm.
So I had to buy those books and that caused a little bump. It would have been down after COVID, but it stayed right up there. But yeah, pretty simple and nothing jumping out at me as unusual or new.
So we do have an election next year.
Yes, yeah. I basically keep those line items sufficient to deal with the election years and or in an off year, any unforeseen elections or special town meetings, Australian ballot items that might come up, bond votes, you never know what's gonna happen on the spur, somebody comes
Right.
in with a petition and all of a sudden we're running an elections or a vote. So I keep those there. It seems to have worked so far for what we need.
Yes,
So
sir.
so the $2,000 under election officials and BCA is to pay the people who are doing it, and the $3,000 is to pay for the physical products that are used.
Yes, and
Like
or
that.
mileage if there is any,
Okay,
but
yeah. Or the,
typically there isn't.
I got you,
and,
okay.
and fixing the tabulator with every,
So yeah, whatever the state doesn't cover of that.
Okay.
But also during COVID, I had to buy a bunch of plexiglass.
oh, right.
Mhm.
Remember
What's that plexiglass?
It's down in the basement of the town hall, ready to go, should we need it. But sometimes I buy replacement voting booths or the stanchions with the if we have a big election,
The
the
velvet rope,
guide people, velvet rope type things. Hand
it's
sanitizer.
It's all the little things.
And if we have to print ballots, if it's not a statewide election, we pick up the cost of that, which can be expensive if we use the tabulator, et cetera, et cetera.
Anybody have any comments or questions for Andy and or Jeanette? Okay,
My salary, I just asked that whatever you guys decide on as a cost of living in general for people in the town, you do for me. I plugged in 3%, but whatever if you decide 2 or 4 or whatever, I would ask that you do the same for me.
thank you, Bear.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. And Rich is not gonna make it. So Mike is here. Rich might make it. He's in a meeting from 1 to 3. And so he may be here at the very end.
It sounds like.
Mike, I see open values in your budget for wages.
Yeah, I did a separate, did you guys get the separate sheet for the wage?
No,
That's it, so long.
Oh. So. Cause we won't do multiple budgets.
Yeah.
But I can print this, yeah.
So pretty much what I did, what he's printed is, I just broke it down.
yeah, you're last, right? Yes,
Yeah,
Linda, yeah,
yeah,
2:30 was your slot.
yeah.
But the one before you is going now, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's, Mike, you have it, right? Okay.
Did they not get the other thing with the capital stuff, you did them?
Capital,
Yeah.
because we really, yeah.
We're still doing capital.
Wait.
Here, I just give them.
Probably mine kind of overlaps with what we are.
One for Joe. And one for. All right,
Um,
so,
So I just broke down, yeah, those options.
I just wanna give these numbers to Patrick so he can either write them down.
Hold it up to the camera, not to his
Go
face.
for
Where's the camera?
It's right there on the wall.
Go
So-
for it. I can read it. Go ahead, Vicky. Go ahead, Vicky.
Okay, so current regular salaries are, this is lumped together,
Yeah,
$541,200.
Okay.
And he's given us options on increases, 3%, which comes up to 557,436. 5%, 568,260. 7.5%, 581,790, and 10%, 595,320. Did you get all those?
Yep, got him.
Right, thanks.
I have the confidence. Thank you. Sure.
Okay,
So yeah, I just broke it out that way, so you can see what it looks like, and the top. The holiday overtime and the on-call would go up whatever that percentage is to, and the on-call differential stays the same every year.
okay,
Or sorry. The shift differential stays the same, the on-call will go up by that percentage.
Okay.
So we have the same conversation every year. I'm gonna fight for my guys. 10% gets us closer when we compare apples to apples with our closest department. So yeah, that's it.
yeah. And the tax rate in the town is not exorbitant. But when you lump it with the school tax, it is becoming exorbitant. And so I really think that the town needs to bear down a little harder this year, because that school tax rate, and now that they voted not to demand mandatory mergers, I don't know what's gonna happen. And it's the school taxes just can't continue to escalate like this.
It's unsustainable.
And honestly, on my tax bill, the town's tax is 20%, and I get a lot for that 20%. Right now, where I'm at my age, I'm not getting a whole lot from that 80% that I'm paying. So I think people were shocked, and it does, we have to do our part too, I feel. That's just my soliloquy on it. Joe?
So I'm gonna agree with you, Vicky, and also too, we're going through a reassessment. So we have no idea how that's all gonna pan out for folks. So it's it's not a dismal year, but it's an unknown year.
It's very
for
unknown.
Budgeting purposes.
But for the town, at least, the grand list will clearly increase, probably a lot. And so
Well,
that shouldn't be on the town side, a big hit. It's the other side, school side, who knows? Okay. So it's getting harder and harder for people to live here because of this total package of taxes.
Yeah.
So I hear you. I think we're well staffed. I think we have a great police department. I think you've been a very good leader. I appreciate all the information you give us all the time, very succinctly, very well thought out. But we also need to seriously look at, I'm concerned about higher than some of these mid-range ones is what I'm saying.
I hear you, and that's why I did it the way I did.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that. We do. We do. And we will think long and hard on this too.
So, all set with the pay stuff?
Yes.
So then moving down. Equipment, radio maintenance, most of the time now when things go bad, they're not fixable because they're so old, so I've cut that in half.
Okay.
Fuel mark was set, we get that set later. The parts and supplies, I bumped a little because we're already,
I gotta get there.
we're pretty high already, again. Same problems we're having with all our floors, are always in the shop.
So clearly, the fuel, police vehicle fuel hasn't, the budget, the actuals this year haven't caught up with.
Right, cause we
Yeah.
do it later.
Yeah,
We do it
right.
well.
What,
Yeah.
I think what you're seeing there is just.
Ooh, but your parts are at 85% basically,
Yeah,
already year to
well,
date.
that's labor too, it's.
Yeah,
Parts, but
parts
that's-
of- yeah,
That's
but-
that's the
Repair.
work being done,
Yeah.
as far as constant, yes.
Yes,
And then I did a quick math by a quick Google search. I think $4,800 of probably that line item, yes. So I don't know if we wanna add to it, if we wanna do the rims, $4,800 quick. For rims for 6 cars, for winter steel rims.
let's put,
800. About 200 per rim, it looks like, for the size for those sports. And the Tahoes would be mine. Listen.
yeah. Okay, so let's write that down and make a decision. We haven't totally formalized that decision to do them in-house, but that's a good number to have
Yeah.
to, and we should probably just make that 5,000.
Yeah,
Yes,
So my question is, you guys don't, not in a bad, you don't really put a lot of miles on. But do you actually go through sets of tires, or is it, you're swapping them how many years,
we typically,
winter, summer?
yes, we typically buy at least a summer set. Per vehicle, so it comes with, the vehicle's gonna come with an all weather. We usually blow through at least that early set.
Yeah,
And then get one more of those. The winters, we usually get the cars worth. Out of it.
got
If that makes sense.
mhm.
it, got it, so, yeah,
So getting the.
so how
I
many
think getting-
years, I'm just trying to do the math.
Depends on the car, like, my car, it's got 5 years on, Becky's that we're replacing this year, we're getting. No, we got 7 years on mine, we're getting 8 years on hers. The Fords, not as much, 5 that we're lucky.
So it felt like, just for budget, okay, sorry. Maybe it sounds like going forward, we start this process as opposed to doing it all in one.
I'm fine with that.
They-
Because, getting them with.
Because each car has different offsets of the wheels
Mhm.
and the way they set them up with the lug nuts.
Right.
It's no standardization.
Right.
Which is terrible, because I've been trying to get a set of metal ones for my wife's hybrid.
So yeah, if we move forward with doing it per year. Obviously, we'll worry about that $5,000 in that line, item, it would just be an extra. $1,000 tops probably per
Mhm.
vehicle
Mhm.
moving forward.
Yeah,
Sarah,
So. The reason for doing this is
When,
efficiency?
yeah, when Travis was bringing up the tire costs,
Mhm.
it was. It was brought up that they swap a lot of their truck tires, but we are taking our. Vehicles to get the tires swapped
Right.
every year, twice a year.
yeah,
Because and this is on my personal vehicle.
Mhm.
There was no financial advantage to buying rims and swapping rims. It was an efficiency advantage because I could take it in and get it done quickly.
Mhm.
I didn't lose my car for the better part of a day.
Right.
But there was no point at which the difference between swapping them and having them remounted annually added up to what it cost me to buy the rims in the first place.
let's see, now Travis can do it at the town garage, and so they won't be
So
outsourcing
so it'll
labor.
be 100% done by our.
No.
Okay, that,
Except for the original mountain
Right.
belts, yes.
then they can just go up there and jack up the car quick, spot, work, he's got all the air, we got air tools.
And they also, Dan's next, Dan's next, but they also do the inspections, and so if they could time that at the same time. We'll work
So
that.
one guy could do his car in 30 minutes to an hour versus 2 guys taking a car.
right, that's what I'm saying,
down
it's
six.
more of an efficiency thing
Yeah.
necessarily than a cost
Mhm.
benefit.
Well, it's actually probably,
Well,
over 3 or 4 years, it probably is, because the mounting and unmounting prices have gone so
They are,
high.
right.
That it, right,
And
I don't know.
Dan's
I-
next,
I-
Dan's next.
That was essentially my question. Car lasts about 5 years, so you're gonna make 10 changes. It's $20 a wheel, so it may pay to have a second set of rims. Like on my Volvo, it doesn't pay because the rims are like $400. You gotta have special valves for each one. So
Yes, Mike?
The other thing is, I mean, we will be getting. Winter rims, so they would just be steel rims, so if they could work on the next vehicle, we could roll it over.
Mhm. Okay, let's hold off on putting that in there for now. But got a footnote on here.
So, again, I increased that. The parts and vehicle supplies by 15%, I don't know if I should go more too, because. We're phasing out. Well, next year we're not, we're phasing out one Ford, but, the price of all that stuff keeps going up. As you saw, I'm at 85% or whatever already for this year,
Yeah,
and it's not frivolous things, it's things that we are fruit safely on the road.
yeah. Appreciate that. Yes, Sarah.
There's a line item on police vehicles, PD vehicle insurance repairs, and there's nothing on that line, as I just read.
Yeah, that was a one-off. That's when we had an expense related to an insurance repair, but then we received insurance money.
So
After,
that's.
so I hid the line just as we were talking.
Got it, okay.
Yeah.
Good luck, Sarah.
What else?
So
Mike?
moving down, I didn't change things much, a lot of things went down a little bit. Office supply went up a tiny bit, just because, again, things cost more when we are going through them.
Training and tuition, you took that down?
Yeah, because we are able to use VLCT grants that give us 50/50, as long as I can articulate why. It may decrease liability, and most of our training, I can figure out a way to articulate. So we're getting a 50/50 match on most of our training. It's good.
Nice, very good.
Good job with that.
Thank you.
But the travel obviously is different, the associated costs, travel, different. Not many other changes, our uniforms, I bumped down because we got brand new stuff last year, last budget cycle. It is lasting pretty well, while our guys were blowing through stuff pretty good, and this stuff that we got, wasn't the cheapest, but it's lasting. So we have some there in case we do need to buy a pair of pants, or a couple shirts here and there, but shouldn't be much. And then the equipment we bumped down. That 15.9 from this year was for new guns, which we already have. And we're currently working on the best grant because it just opened as the government reopened. So we're working on a 50/50 match for new vests, which are very much needed. Next year, we're gonna need new portable radios. They're all barely holding on. Yeah, we're looking into grants for it. They're not cheap.
How many years do you get out of portable radios?
We figured out they've been here since Sam. At least
Oh, wow.
last 10 years. So,
So, this almost sounds like a, yes,
The portable rate is what's on you,
yes, with the mic, without mic,
okay,
yeah,
so that communicates to,
to dispatch or each other.
so it's like. Is the technology of that all changed in the last? Is there better technology? I'm just asking, you know, I'm saying, we're going old technology, is there like a better?
It's still a radio, it's still pretty much a CB radio, but they have increased all the features to the point where they're now about $4,000 or so a piece.
okay, that was my point is, how much are they, and if, how many would we need to purchase?
We got 7 guys, we all run around.
So, that might be a capital equipment, I mean, that is a lot of money to, so I
Yeah.
think we might wanna consider that under
So
capital.
that 10,000 that I have in there was not for that, the 10,000 is what we need for outside of that, I think, just for normal stuff. I wanted to talk to you about the radios, the portables.
Yeah, I think that,
That's on the
What's
low
the
end.
name of the company?
Motorola is usually the best deal, that's who we're dealing with currently.
Stocking that.
That's who we use currently.
I mean, so that's approximately 28 to 30,000. So to me, that's screaming capital, since we get 10 years out of them.
And we're looking at grants, but
Right.
it's not a good.
Okay. Yes, Sarah.
Are they the sort of thing where they have to be compatible with one another, so you can't replace them on a rolling basis, you kind of have to do them all at one time?
You could, no, they're programmable to be compatible, that makes sense.
So you could theoretically spread it out over 2 years or 3 years,
Theoretically,
and then get into a cycle,
they're all.
They're all the same
Right.
vintage?
Because we bought them all at the same time,
right?
Yeah,
yeah,
so,
so the shelf life is, we've seen it.
So
mhm.
with Sarah, that would just kind of offset the cost, so that hopefully we just roll in and out as we go, so we don't have a big, the next time. So I'm kind of in favor of that, so whoever's got the barely.
I use mine the least, so I can take
Just start going. And
I would hate for anybody's radio to just die and then that's a problem.
So most of the problem we're having. Yeah, I can't guarantee that one now, it's connectivity things, so like they're just old, so the way that the mics connect to the radios isn't working, and the technology does progress, so that like. Trying to hear Wilmington on our portable, on our in-car, it's fine, we can hear them loud and clear. On the portable, it's give or take whether we're gonna hear it, and that's because of technology not keeping.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, Patrick.
Yep. Mike, I have a question, and maybe it's just I'm not following something. I'm looking at the medical premium costs as shown in the spreadsheet that I was sent, and it shows this 68% increase. And I'm trying to understand because that's such a high percentage compared to all the other
I don't know.
departments.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Medical.
Medical
On the
premiums
bottom,
under
on
payroll,
the first police page.
it shows 217 and it's like $100,000 increase year over year.
We have to look at that, Patrick, that may not be.
Yeah, I don't.
Be a little premature at this, cause we didn't really focus on those items, we're focusing more on the subjective types of line items, but I'll look at that and see if that.
It does.
Okay,
Yeah.
Very strange.
Thank you.
Thanks.
yeah, it just jumped
Okay.
out at me when I looked at this, so
So the
thanks.
medical premiums for all the administrative only went up $5,000.
Yeah, that's it.
So it seems like it's a bad number.
I'm looking at it, it's not correct.
Yeah, I think it looks like that's actually double counting HRA based on
Yep.
flipping over to the healthcare. That's
Thank
what I
you.
think's happening. Yeah,
Thanks for
Okay.
pointing that out, Patrick.
yeah, okay.
I don't even have that on mine, so.
It's
Yeah.
Well, Mike, we raised your budget by $100,000 and you even know it, so.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Okay, what else do you want to point out? Oh, you have a question?
And to go back to the salaries, because all of these other things, the differentials, the FICA. Retirement, et cetera, those are linked to salary, to base salary, right?
So mine.
Like
FICA.
FICA and all that
Yeah.
is linked to,
Yeah.
so when you give us these figures for increases, that's just the payroll. That's not all the
Correct.
associated costs.
Correct.
Mhm.
So Mark
Yeah.
would have to give us a
Mhm.
kind of.
Yeah, once we put in the payroll numbers, then the formula
Just recap.
Doesn't count.
7.65 and the childcare credit and Beamers.
Right,
Okay. All right, Mike.
Then. I think what else deals with, so if we're not touching anything having to do with capital right now?
Not really, we'll have another capital meeting,
Okay.
but I added a note about the radios on it, on
Yeah.
the.
About something else, so the only other thing that I would like to bring up then, even though it falls under capital, is the plan moving forward for replacing. The detectives cruiser. Which I don't know if Michael gave you that, but what we would like to do, similar to mine, is to do another Subaru. Cause it's working well and the cost was right, and upfitting it was much easier than we even thought it was gonna be.
Well, that's refreshing.
So I broke down some numbers, and the reason I wanna bring it up now is because. These cars are brand new this year, the Outbacks have changed, and it actually kind of looks like a cruiser.
You got pictures?
Yeah, I got a small one,
showing.
if you wanna pass it around at least, that's what the new 2026 Outbacks are gonna look like. We wanna get her a wilderness one because it sits higher and she needs to be able to get in places sometimes,
Mhm.
that are. Inaccessible,
CBT from social media.
Yes, so, but again, the reason I wanna bring it up is because I'm working with Lundgren Subaru out of Bennington.
Mhm.
They have ordered one for me, it's not, I haven't given them any guarantee and they didn't ask for one. But they have ordered one for me, they don't expect to see it until March sometime, maybe April.
Mhm.
But if I don't jump on it at that time, there's gonna be no guarantee that I would get one in July. If you
Okay,
understand my.
I understand.
So I've already talked to Marco, he said from a bookkeeping standpoint, that wouldn't be a problem, I just don't know what I need from the board, what you guys would need to do. But I wanted to give plenty of.
Runway on this one.
Yeah, that I may need to jump on that April to buy that vehicle so that I can guarantee I have one, because I went through a lot to get the WRX, it's very difficult.
Right,
So.
go.
So I wanna thank you for preempting it as opposed to buying it.
Oh, yeah.
I won't mention a name
No,
on previous, so I, as a board member, understand the situation, so and as long as it's okay and we have obviously the money.
Mhm.
It does make logical sense, I don't want you to lose out.
sure,
Yeah, you want this back?
yes, please. And
Thank you for being
just
forthcoming as opposed to not telling us.
throw it out there quickly, the base, like this is the actual bill of the cruiser we want that they ordered. The price is 46,445, that's the baseline price. They are going to do it for us as the police department and the town for their cost, which they won't know yet until they actually get the car. But it will be below the dealer listed price, and they're thinking about 42.5. So
Wow,
say-
that's good. And then do they wanna get it out there so other departments see it? Is that what they're,
Yeah,
why would they do that?
They just wanna be helpful, they said, thank you for what you do.
Wow.
They didn't ask for anything from me,
Yeah,
like they're ordering
that's
the car
great.
without anything from me. They're holding it for me.
Is
so
it black?
It's the same color as mine, so
Okay.
it's not black, it's magnetite gray. but
Super
That's
dark
what it
red.
is, that's what it is.
Has a fancy name.
So it'll look the same, at least, you know, it'll be the
Yeah.
same color.
So it's an Outback as opposed to WRX.
Yes, because she needs more room for carrying more things for the investigation.
I was just wondering how our taxpayers is gonna react about the next Super we buy. That's all.
I mean,
No.
it's going to save money.
Well, I already know
If
that.
we get it at 42.5,
Yeah.
let's say we get it at 50, it's still gonna be probably 15 grand cheaper than the cheapest. Cruiser specific car I could get right now. Yeah,
I
Sarah.
like that.
This is a car that was in the
It's in-
capital plan for the 26.
yes, this is the one that's ready to go. For that,
So this was something.
this was, yes.
Yes.
Just
No.
speeding it up a little bit.
No, it
Like pretty
makes
much.
complete sense, so.
Fine. We have,
Yeah.
we're good.
Alright, so
Okay.
unless there were questions, that's all I had, I believe.
That's great.
Great,
Thank you, Mark.
thank you.
Thank you guys.
They're all Subarus are made in the US, anyway.
This one's not.
Oh, really?
We're
Oh,
not
boy.
there. It's coming from Japan.
From where?
Japan.
Oh, Japan. I was wondering. I think they make them.
My Mazda came.
And it still gets better again,
All right, Linda.
I'll vouch for the gray. That's true.
You wouldn't mind?
I don't mind. All right, let me just read some of this to Patrick. Is this? here?
Well, let's get, I can
He's
send
got-
him a picture
Patrick.
of
I- You could just take a picture of it and text it to me, maybe. Would that work?
I think that's what Joe was gonna do,
Oh, Joe, that's awesome. Thank you.
I don't have your number though.
but actually, this information is already in this budget.
Is it in the spread? It's in the spreadsheet that I got?
Yes, it's
Oh.
already in there.
Then don't spend, then I can see it.
It's the
Okay.
assessor's wages, the
Yeah.
assistant assessor, assessor,
Yep.
assessor fees and mileage and training. And the
Yeah, I
fees
got it.
and training are flat from last year too.
Got it.
Okay, Linda.
So, thank you, everyone. This the season. Where did I say? Oh, on the catalyst. yearly fees, I put in 10,000 plus, no, I put 12K plus. Was Ryan. Thought that that's what they were going to. Nicely enough, though, we're on a 3-year. Thing right now. So the AP5 maintenance and support and the cloud hosting option together, right now we're in year 2. This was a 3-year contract going forward, so we're in year 2. So year 3 is 77.24 and 75 cents. So that's what, it won't be 12, it'll only be 78, say round it up, 78,000. And then, so
800.
I mean, 100.
Yeah.
Just
A great program.
Awesome. Awesome. Does the dishes back into the house.
So I was happy to get that copy of that contract from Catalyst. So that was the only major thing, I believe, right, Marco, that we talked about?
Yeah, and that's in the 10,000, right?
Under.
That's included in the 10,000?
Oh. Yeah, I'll mention that.
So we need to increase the
I think
10,000.
we need to increase the 10,000, because if it's 78 roughly, unless you want to use exact numbers, that doesn't leave much for mileage, training. And now that we're in quote rads, supposedly, that hasn't gotten any different yet. It'll be interesting with how education works. Everything seems to be up in the air.
So 15 maybe?
I would say that would be a safer
Right.
bet. I would feel more comfortable with that. Yeah,
So go from 10 to 15
10 to 15.
on line item 0171423.04.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Or does it make sense to create a second line item, keep and break it out?
Either
That mapping goes on its own line item. Right, I believe, for the whole.
we have a computer mapping line
Right,
item for
okay.
9,000. That's.
Yeah.
So does it go in mapping or is it?
No, I was just
Okay.
thinking something else.
So what are we gonna do? Separate it or keep it together?
I don't know what, Marco, what you think, but I almost wonder if it makes sense to put it on a separate line item.
Sure.
Then it's
Then it's clear what it
it's
is.
clear what it is.
And so how much would you propose for just mileage?
Slash expense. For everything but.
So we were at 10 with
Right.
Both.
base mileage and expense was 10.
I mean,
So we spent 9 last year. So if we keep it at 10 and then add a new line item for, what's it called? Momentum,
no.
or
Momentum
Catalyst.
is no longer.
right? So
I would call that,
Assessor software.
well. Software subscription fees.
Okay.
Gamma software subscription fees.
Kama.
Yeah, I would put that, of course, people wanna know what that means.
Okay. That
Um,
will, and you have a number at, what was it?
I would say 7,800,
Okay,
if you want to do rounded, even numbers.
okay, so I'll create a line item for that, be good.
And mileage, gosh, I haven't driven many miles because the reappraisal guys are doing all my inspections.
So,
What are we at now, Vicky? I'm sorry.
Okay.
23,
yeah,
all right. You were. What else? 5 months.
I'm digging it. We have a lot of line items. Okay, 14, 23.
847.
Oh, so we're. Cause we haven't spent much.
Dollars.
Dollars.
Or specifically mine.
Mileage,
Well, mileage and
Expense.
expense, you've only spent 847. Out of 10,000. This was as of.
It's cause I need an outfit to.
Mhm.
Just kidding.
All for it, do it.
yeah,
And
so
not my regular.
do you think like 2,000? Or,
That would go, so we keep that in mileage
yes,
and training,
Mileage
mileage
expenses.
expenses and training, all the same.
so I don't know what you spend on training, so tell us 3,000 in there?
I
2,500?
haven't spent anything on training, actually, because the classes that I've been taking are free. Well, sort of.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I would keep, if we could keep it as that, mileage expenses or anything like, I don't know, my ink, if I need. Whatever, that kind of stuff. And then training. I keep training on there because I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work, going forward,
mhm.
so it's kind of a guess. But, and then just break off the
Right,
AP5.
So keep it at 10.
Oh, yeah. Really?
mileage and expense without the Canva thing,
Without the AP.
yeah. Just trying to get a good
As much
number.
as 10.
I know, it, should I bring that down?
Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
if we've
it-
only spent, we're we're in the 5th month of this fiscal year, getting to the end of it, we've only spent $847. I think that if we're not,
2,500 seems like a reasonable.
I don't, yeah, 25 to 3 at the most, I would think.
Okay,
I agree.
I mean,
500.
okay,
All right, fair enough.
okay, and then the new line item for 78.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, what else, Linda?
That's it.
Okay,
Marco, do you need a copy of this contract with Catalyst?
No, it's okay. Thank you, though.
okay. And Jeanette, are you doing text, Rich?
I did. Text me after you.
Well, Marco took 10 seconds, so that literally
I think it was
loosened the whole thing right up.
It says.
It was 11, okay. I didn't have a stopwatch on it, but sounds good.
Click on the recorder later.
When are you planning, has the capital meeting been set?
Yes, it
Have
has,
something for December early.
yeah, December 4th, 11th, one of those Thursdays, same time, same back channel, we're here.
What's on the 18th? December 4th?
Jeanette is gonna confirm that for all of us.
I have it at the 18th of one.
Yeah,
Don't forget the
I
one.
had the 18th too.
One. Ooh. Ooh. All right.
Let's see.
We're gonna finish all of that. What day of the week is it today?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, at 1:00, so.
For capital. I have to say, it's really nice we're not talking about medical insurance right now. It's just like, it
It's a happiness.
is a happiness. And are we scheduling that for a 2-hour meeting? maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, and then if we're done, we're done, right?
That's gonna be a stretch for me to make that. Try. It's getting. I hope I don't have to work, but hopefully do have to.
I hear you.
So they made it official, they're opening on Saturday?
You don't work for the paper anymore, do you?
I got it from Leah this morning, she emailed
She
me.
emailed, yeah, I got
They're
it.
up
This
there.
weekend,
Yep,
Saturday.
Saturday.
That's so long.
I think that they were worried that it was gonna get too warm.
I think they,
it's pretty nice.
their other
weather right
counterparts
now.
within the state figure it out.
I'm ready.
That's all I gotta say. Should have known what to.
Yeah, he hasn't responded, so.
Okay, so at this
But
point,
you have his, I don't know if they're in there, do you have questions about that or?
I think that he should be here to explain
There's Brian.
his, his payroll's going up 53%. I mean, there's some things that we would like to question, so he's gonna have to reschedule with us. Maybe we should start that on the 18th and go for the first 15 minutes and then do capital after that. Does that make sense?
Or did you want it at a regular meeting?
The very next regular meeting is on the,
Well, you have a meeting on the 16th, you have a meeting on the 2nd.
on the 16th.
Also, economic development, we usually do that at a regular meeting.
Yeah.
Case.
Well, we could get him on for the second,
Good, who else?
Rich, to go over his budget, because he's not gonna make it here.
Oh. Well, should we ask Rich if he can make it to that meeting now and get a definite from him before we put him on it?
But he has already.
Okay, perfect.
But he hasn't responded, because he thought he might be able to get out of the meetings early.
Am I gonna count so much?
All right,
At least I found out I don't have to replace all my file cabinets downstairs with fireproof.
Why
Can you imagine?
are we gonna have to do that?
Well, there's been a email stream going around, like. Offices from other towns.
okay, so,
Are we-
yeah, we're gonna adjourn and we're gonna plan to put Is that, that doesn't smell like it. Plan to put Rich on the agenda for the second. Okay? Motion to adjourn at 2:31 PM.
So move.
Where did you- Thanks for coming out, Bobby.
Thank you.
Favorite public, tell all the other residents and all our taxpayers.
So I was gonna say,